$5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL, all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit fanduel.com/stream to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's fanduel.com/stream. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present.
Alexa, stop. Would you like to be my neighborhood? Remember that, Mr. Rogers? And he walk in, he would he would walk in and then he would put a sweater on. Would you be mine? Would you be my neighbor? And then he would have his sandals or whatever. And then, of course, Saturday Night Live made a parody about it with Eddie Murphy. Remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Eddie Murphy? So he has like some Adidas. I remember that was funny, though. Saturday, SNL used to be funny back in the days. I remember that. So, he did the Mr. Rogers thing. Walking, would you be my neighbor? And of course, it was a ghetto version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I remember that. That's when SNL was funny. I don't know what they're gonna do now, but all these places running all over the place now. They're all scurrying around since they lost the election. Now they want to auction off MSNBC and all that. That's funny. That's the funniest one of all. What they thought was going to happen. They thought people were going to put up with it. I'm going to go. When you pay $40, I've not seen it. We didn't buy it. But I seen paper towel. Pack of paper towels. $40 in a supermarket. This is a couple of years ago. Especially during the pandemic. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. It was but when you see paper towels like $40 2 years ago, mayonnaise, a jar of mayonnaise was like $8. People are gonna get fed up. They don't care about. I'm gonna say they don't care about men's going into women's bathrooms. That's not what drives the country. I'm sorry, people. It's not what's gonna drive the country. When it hits you in your pocket, the other day, olive oil. If you want to buy olive oil, 2 liters of olive oil is almost $30. Olive oil. And we were looking for the cheapest brand. Not even the good stuff. Okay? When you're going to pay about $30 for 2 liters of olive oil, and they had a 1 liter, 1.5 liter olive oil. It was like $22. $22. That's when you lose people with your craziness, about they're fighting. This. That's why I can't watch the news now. I just can't. They're fighting over this nonsense about this transgender person that's elected to Congress, and he wants to use the boys' bathroom. No, fuck no. You're a man, bro. You're a man. God made you a man. Okay? God made you a man. That's it. You're going to use the men's bathroom. You got to use the boys' bathroom. Okay? That's simple. And if they're fighting over this stuff, when people like me got to pay $30 fucking for 2 liters of olive oil. $30 for 2 liters of olive oil. That's insane. That's why they lost. Okay? And they doubling down on him right now. They still doubling down on this thing, on this whole thing with the his appointment now with the, Matt Gaetz had to resign his appointment. Right? I didn't see him. He wasn't going to win anyway. I think he just did that. He just did that just so that he could shock them. And then now he got the one that he wanted was the Pam Bondi, whatever her name is, from Florida. That's what he really wanted. I think he just threw Matt Gaetz. Oh, let's just mess with them. Here you go, Matt Gaetz. He just did it to mess with them, and they doubling down on all this stuff. Even the Massachusetts mayor, the Boston mayor, and the governor in the state, New York, Hochul. Oh, if you come and get these people to deport, we're gonna fight you. No, you take them. ICE, you coming to New York City and take them, please take them, just take them out of here. But no, they doubling down on their stupidity, and this is why the people spoke. This is why the people spoke. Because people are tired of it. People are tired of paying, olive oil, $30 for 2 liters of olive oil. Paper towel, a pack of paper towels for $40. $8 for a jar of mayonnaise. People are fed up. That's what happened. And then, when the sooner they realize that it's gonna happen again in 2028. I think I think for the next 8 years we're gonna have as soon as he's done 4 years, JD Vance. You know what? Put him in office for the next 8 years, because these people don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. I live in New York State, and this governor is a moron. She is a complete moron with the congestion pricing. And she announced it the other day. Oh, we're not going to charge you $15. We're going to charge you $9 now, just to go into New York City, just to drive into New York City, just to go into Lower Manhattan. You got to pay another tax, another $9. This is crazy. They're gonna turn Manhattan. They're gonna turn Lower Manhattan into a ghost town. It's already on their way, and is on their way to ruin. And this congestion tax is gonna put the nail on the coffin. I'm telling you. And they don't get it. They're in the fantasy world. They don't get it. Average working person cannot afford a $9 tax on top of gas. If you're coming from New Jersey, if you're coming from New Jersey and you got to go over the George Washington Bridge, that's $15. And then you come in, so you're going to pay $15, and then you're in Manhattan Island. And then you're going to Lower Manhattan. If you work in Lower Manhattan, now you got to go to Lower Manhattan. And, excuse me, I'm stuck in my tooth. Another $9. So we're talking about $24 from New Jersey to Lower Manhattan. You're going to pay $24 every time coming in. That's insane. Who's going to want to work in New York City? And then if you're coming from the outer borough, like, no, Yonkers, I'm outside the city anyway. But if you come from Staten Island, you got to go through the Verrazano now. Oh, my God. And I don't know how much the Verrazano is. I think it's about the same, 15. I don't know what the price is of the Verrazano. And then you're going into Brooklyn, and then you have to go up to another toll. No, I don't know the Battery Tunnel. There's a toll. I don't think there's a toll. Then you're in Manhattan, over the wall, but you're gonna pay the congestion. So you're getting hit. Even citizens in New York City gotta pay an extra tax, even though it's another borough. You gotta pay a tax just to go to another borough. How that makes sense? And then here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The outer boroughs like the Bronx, especially the Bronx, and Brooklyn and Queens. Staten Island too, but really the Bronx is the one. Bronx is gonna get hit. I think the Bronx is gonna get hit the worst. Is parking, because people are not gonna pay the congestion tax. What they're gonna do is they're gonna drive their car into the Bronx, and just take the subway from there. Right now it's a nightmare. When I moved out of the Bronx, it was already a nightmare just to find parking, curbside parking. It was already a nightmare. It's already happening here in Yonkers, in my block. Uh, if you ever come to visit me, good luck on the parking. I have to open up the garage and say, come, put it in the driveway in my garage. Otherwise, you're not gonna find parking. Chances are you're not gonna find parking. You're gonna have to park a few blocks away. If you get a little area where you can just parallel park. What do you think is gonna happen when the tax kicks in? Because I call it a tax, congestion pricing. What do you think is gonna happen to the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens? People are gonna park their car and take the subway to New York City. There's gonna be so many cars parked. And by the way, that's just gonna create Bronx, the New York City. When I lived in the Bronx County is one of the most highest in the world cases of asthma. There's a lot of asthma. There's a high percentage of people that suffer from asthma, especially in children in the Bronx. It's one of the highest in the world. No, I'm not hyperbole. It's a fact. And this is 20 years ago. I don't know what it is now, but that was 20 years ago. And the biggest thing is because of the cross. When many years ago, when the Cross Bronx Expressway was developed, it cut right through the Bronx. Right through the Bronx. They carved the highway right through the Bronx. And that is one of the big culprits of all that pollution is a high rate of asthma. So what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be, they wanted to cut down more vehicles going into Lower Manhattan, but it's going to have the opposite effect too. You're going to have a lot more vehicles in the outer boroughs. Excuse me, the outer boroughs. You're going to have more vehicles. So, I think the only way you're going to stop this thing is what he's going to do is when he gets sworn into office, he's going to have to do some kind of executive order to request an EPA study, because she didn't do that. They're rushing this thing. They trying to rush this thing before he gets sworn in. The congestion, they're going to start January 5th. I think January 5th is when they start doing the congestion tax. They're going to start charging people $9 just to drive into Manhattan. When he gets sworn in, I think what he's going to do, he's going to put boom, executive thing. No congestion. You can't do the congestion pricing. It's ridiculous, and there was no environmental study, and that's going to kill that thing. I'm hoping that happens, because if that doesn't happen, say goodbye to Manhattan. As a for tourists. But if you have a business in Lower Manhattan, this is the death nail. That is the death nail that's going to happen, because we have an idiot as a governor. She's a complete idiot. When Cuomo made her deputy lieutenant governor, that's what the title was called. I was going to say deputy lieutenant governor. He knew who he picked. He's not going to pick somebody that's going to overshadow him. He picked a moron. He said, I'm just going to pick this moron, token moron. So you go open up any shopping malls, you go to the openings. I'm too busy governing the state. But you moron, go over there. And what happened was when he got forced out because of the sex scandal thing with Cuomo, that opened the door for her. And then she got reelected, which is, people reelected her. And, she could be around for another 2 terms. I think you're up to 3. You could do 3 terms in New York State. 3 terms, not 2 terms, 3 terms. And I think you could do a 4th term if the legislature, I think the state legislature, of course, they all, her people, check off on it. She could run for 4 terms. So she could be here for another 8 years on top of all the damage she's already doing now. Another 8 years of that. Because people just, and it's not that people can do, it's just they had that shit monopolized. It's crazy. And, And like I said last time, I was talking about last time about the electoral college. New York State is only 20 electoral votes now. It used to be like almost 30, I remember. But a lot of people are leaving the state. They're leaving the state so fast. And my wife and I talked about it. We will have to, of course we got to sell the house and all that, but that's gonna be a long way from now. And because we looked into Florida, but my wife was not. She was not thrilled about Florida about the. Some of it made sense. After a while, it did make sense. Because Florida, the problem with Florida now is that when you go to a state that everybody's going to, unfortunately, some of them are going to bring their values with them. They're going to bring their voting stupidity with them. I also noticed that when we went to Florida, it was very crowded. Even in the in Orlando, which is a big tourist city, and I get that. But we were outside of that. It's a place called Claremont, and when you look around, there's a lot of rapid building. Everything it's just rapid building. A lot of construction going on in Florida. And when they had that hurricane a few months ago, I forgot which one. I don't know. I think it was Milton, but there might have been another one. It was not even that big of a hurricane. The one that what I was going to mention. It was a category 2 or category 1, but in Central Florida, where you think is the safest part of Florida, they had 100-year floods. And when they were talking to the residents about that, a lot of them blame the construction. Because where I went in Claremont, I visited the Florida Tower. It's the tallest structure in Florida. And I know the place that I went to, Claremont, is right outside Orlando. It's Central Florida. All that area used to be orange groves years ago. It was all orange grove, orange farms, but they call it grove, but it's a farm. All nothing but orange trees. That's why they grew a lot. The business orange, growing oranges in Central Florida. Now that's getting leveled. Now they open up shopping centers, new communities, new gated communities, whatever, houses. So the woman, one of them say she blames that. She blamed all the new construction because what happened is, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Florida is a very flat state. There is a lot of lakes. I think Florida is the state with the most lakes. So of course, the natural land, can withstand so much water and it absorbs it. And Florida uh, the way the woman explained it, it makes sense. When she lived there, we got a lot of rain, but we never got to the point where it flooded our house. Because when I visited Florida, in some communities they have like a big ditch. It's like a hole, but it goes deep. If you run down that hill to come back up, it's gonna be and they put a fence around the thing and they tell you, please, no trespassing, because those holes, when it rains, that usually gets filled with the water. All the water goes there, and then from there the ground absorbs it over days or whatever, hours or days, whatever. And when you're doing more construction, you're losing that natural water absorption. You're laying down. You're laying concrete on top of that as a foundation, right? Concrete, or especially it could be feet of concrete thick. So now you're eliminating that where the water's going to get absorbed. So now that water just stands there on top of the newly formed concrete, newly formed construction, and now that just fills up. Water has nowhere to go, and it floods the communities. And that was a big thing. So they're blaming a lot of the new construction on what happened in Florida, all these floods that they had, because the hurricanes, they weren't, and I'm not talking about the major hurricane. I'm talking about in Central Florida, where it gets. I don't want to say it gets hit the least, but if you look at the overall records, All the hurricane, the records and all that. A lot of them are, they're like I think like 75% of them are in the um southeast Florida, like Miami, that part of the peninsula. And then about I think it's like 69%. And then the other 30% is in the Gulf region by Tampa, the Panhandle, they call that Pensacola. And then the other, so what we're talking about, yes, almost 70% between the two. The other 30% is on the east coast of Florida and Central Florida. Like Central Florida, I think it's like under like 10%, under 10%. It's something like that. So, that's like, if you're gonna live in Florida, that's like the safest part is Central Florida, supposedly. And they got hit with 100-year floods. And so definitely it's like so, my wife, we looked into all that. And we say, yeah, there's too much construction here. Just like Texas. A lot of people moving to Texas, but the same thing is happening in Texas. It's slowly turning into a purple state, or it's a purple state. It was a red state. Now it's getting, in some areas, it's purple now. Because, when you got all these New Yorkers, the dummies that vote for this crazy woman, and they move to a place like that, who they're going to vote for? They're going to vote for the same type of people. The same type of mindset with the, we need to allow trans people to be to be in women's bathroom instead of worrying about big issues like I should have to pay $30 for 2 liters of olive oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough with that. And that's what they don't get. They don't understand that they lost touch with the working people, with the people. That's why they lost. It's not because of this man. I love this man. Anybody that would have ran against that idiot Kamala Harris would have won. Okay, would have won based on what's going on. Because nobody's gonna pay. Nobody's gonna keep paying $8 for a jar of mayonnaise. I'm sorry. People, you're gonna hit everybody, every walk of life. Every walk, Latino, black, whatever. Everybody gonna say, hell no, I'm not paying $8 for mayonnaise. I get a vote for whoever's gonna help me with my pocket. With my pocket. That's what happened. They lost touch with that. Yeah, I know. I'm on a rampage right now. I'm ranting because I'm on. It's 22 minutes in and nobody wants to chat, so that's fine. I'll just rant. It's okay. No biggie. And I'm done. All right, so there you go. Happy Friday, everybody. 1:59 in the afternoon here in Yonkers, New York. It is raining outside right now. 38 degrees. It is chilly. It feels chilly. It was chilly this morning when I took my son to school. Yeah, but much needed rain. We needed the rain. So I'm glad that it's raining today. It's wet out there. My nose is itching now. It's wet out there. It's raining, but you know what? We need the rain. So, and I was hearing on the radio last night. I think we need like I think we need at least a few months of this type of rain to get back where it was. Because we pretty much went over the whole summer without rain. This past summer was the least amount of rain we had in a long time. In a very long time. And I remember we haven't had a drought. We haven't had a drought alert or warning. I don't know if it was alert or warning. I think it was a warning. We had a warning. It's been over 25 years at least since we had any type of drought. I remember high school. When I was in high school, we had a drought emergency here in the New York area. I remember that one. We had a drought. And then, yeah, that was the one. That's the one I remember. I don't remember the one that happened 20 years ago. according to the I must have missed that one. I don't remember that one. I was too busy probably, partying. I didn't have a liquid problem in terms of adult beverages. So I wasn't thirsty like that. So the drug didn't affect me. We didn't get it didn't get to a point where it was restrictive. And plus the other thing is, I didn't own a home back then. When we lived on the Bronx, of course we did own that house, but it wasn't, it was my brother, but we didn't have a front lawn and all that. Unlike here, I have a backyard now. This house, I have a backyard, and I used to water it and put the sprinkler on and all that. I didn't do that this year. I just cut the grass and that was it. I didn't maintain the yard this year. Only growing the vegetables. So, but I didn't notice that. I was like, well, we haven't had much rain. But anyway, I'm just ranting. But yeah, because I listen to the radio, I listen to Bloomberg and all this, and they talking about like all this nonsense about we're gonna fight against him. Like, no, you know what? Let him do his job now. Let him do his job. Let him fix what you guys broke. Because if you keep fighting him, and I'm gonna tell you guys, all you guys that are on the fence, I hate him. I'm gonna go. Like Alexander, I'm gonna move to England. I'm gonna move to Canada. Leave. Because you know why? I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody cares when it comes down to two things. Well, one thing. All right? I'm gonna say I'm sorry. The majority of the people have spoken. When you hurt people in the pocketbook, I'm gonna say one more time. When you hurt people in the pocketbook, Bozo the Clown could have ran for president. I would have voted for him if he's gonna fix the economy. In other words, not the fake fudge numbers. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love my portfolio right now. I love the NASDAQ is up in them now. But that still doesn't, that's why don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for the fact that the stock market is doing well. Yeah, that's good for your stocks. But yet, when everyday cost is ridiculous, that's when the people are going to speak. Okay? I should have to pay $40 for a big pack of paper towels. Okay? I should have to pay $30 for 2 liters of olive oil. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And that's why you lost. That's why you lost. That's why you lost. So stop blaming on, whatever. But I'm not gonna say it here because, because of course they blame. They just want to, like the women that are having meltdowns on TikTok and all that. They're blaming men for the election loss. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares about. I'm sorry. I'm a man. I don't care about your, contraception. Contraception should be contraception. Abortion is not contraception. I'm going to leave it at that. Boom. Drops the mic. Abortion is not contraception. Okay? I don't care about that. That's not what affects you. What I vote for is what affects my pocketbook. When I got to buy my son cereal, and it costs an arm and a leg, that's what affects me. Like I said, I'll vote for fucking Bozo the Clown if he can keep costs down. Because right now, if you want to live in New York State, you better make money. Because it's going to cost you a lot of money just to live here. Okay? So, I don't care about all. I don't care about, I'm going to say I don't care if people, tranny wants to use the bathroom. No, fuck no. You know what? Use the men's room. God made you a man. That's it. Enough of this bullshit. Enough. Okay? That's why people spoke. People don't care about those issues. You think people really care about that? I ever asked a person down the street, they don't care about it. All they care about is price of gas. Bring the price of gas down. Keep it down. And the price of goods and services. That's all they care about. You know? That's what they care about. They don't care about all this other shit. They don't care about, what about the poor people at the border? Well, I fuck the border. I don't give a shit about the border. Send them all back. You understand? Nobody cares about those people. Okay? Just say it. I hate when I hear this nonsense. He's gonna put them in cages and all that. You know what? They were here legally. If I go to Canada right now, you know what happens if I go to Canada? I already been warned. If I go to Canada, you know what happens to me? They're gonna put me in cuffs. They're gonna put me in behind bars, and then they're gonna deport me back over here. That's what Canada told me. So why shouldn't that be different for them? Instead of giving them fucking $500 a night hotels. Hotel room, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Boom. There you go. Happy Friday. Hello, Glenn Dazzler. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. That's my what they call primable for today. I was itching to say that today. I don't know why. Because I heard this nonsense last night about this guy confirmation, and just these people that don't get it, they're just doubling down. People wonder why they lost. They just don't understand. They don't understand. You don't mess with people's livelihood. You don't mess with it. Don't mess with people's. Don't mess with their pocketbook. Don't mess with their standard of living. Don't mess with their standard of living. That's the biggest one, the standard of living. When you start messing with the American people's standard of living, I don't care who runs it, who's running. They're going to vote for the person that's going to say, you know what? I'm going to promise lower gas. I'm going to promise we're going to get rid of all these fucking freeloaders. That's what you're going to vote for. Nothing else. It's nothing else. It's common sense. Stop catering to the minus 1% of the people. Because they don't want to let the tranny. They don't want to let the tranny use the women's bathroom. What the fuck? Don't get you a man, bro. You want to drain your snake? Do it in the men's room. That's it. Cut it out. Cut it out with this. That's why the adults took over. The kids are gonna on January 20th. The kids are gonna bye kids. Let the grown-ups take over and run the country now. Time for the grown-ups to run the country again. We have 4 years of this stupidness. Enough. Happy Friday, TV Radio 22. Michael, I hope you're doing well. SH Data. For me, it's more than the economy. Well, no, the main thing is the economy. Without the economy, first of all, the economy. Well, money is important. Yes, money is important. It is important. I mean, when I go to Stu Leonard's, what is it? Not even when Stu. I went to Sam's Club. I got a membership at Sam's Club. When you go to Sam's Club and you see olive oil, $30 for 2 liters of olive oil. Okay? That's ridiculous. Paper towels, $35 for a big, paper, it's like 15 rolls of paper towels. It's almost $40. Like things like that. It's ridiculous. You understand? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I have portfolio. My wife and I have portfolio of stocks and all that. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you something. Number one thing is we're gonna get rid of the stupid EV mandate nonsense. Okay, I would like to own. I would love to own. I would like my wife. I'm sure would love to own an electric vehicle. Okay, but a Tesla. What's that model? The one that everybody's driving now? It's $60,000. It's not a cheap car. Tesla is not a cheap car. You got a better chance buying a BMW or a Mercedes than a Tesla. If on an income that my wife is earning, is you know what I'm saying? That's real. When you force EV mandates on people, people can't afford. The average person cannot afford an electric vehicle. Okay, and then you try to force the fossil fuel industry out of business. That is the number one thing in this country. Is in any country, even in 2024, is do they have enough fuel? Even if you want to go to war, even if you want to go to war like Russia did, you better have fuel. You got to have fuel. You got to make your own. You're gonna have to produce your own fuel, or you're gonna be paying through the nose. Like somebody's gonna import fuel for you. So we were literally we were probably number one. I know we were number one in natural gas, liquid natural gas. We were number one. We were number one exporter. I think we still might be number one by not much, but petroleum. We went from almost being number one to now we're totally dependent on like Venezuela. We buy oil from Venezuela. I mean, what kind of crazy nonsense is that? Because that right there, that affects everything. The price of fuel affects everything. It affects your utility costs. It affects goods and services. Just everything that's made, everything that's delivered here. The truckers, the truckers that bring all that stuff to the local supermarket or to wherever, price of diesel, everything goes to the roof. It trickles down to you. But and then they're running around. I'm talking about the administration now, not the one that's gonna happen, and not the one that we elected. They're running around still worrying about trans nonsense. You lost the people. You're not in touch with reality no more. You're still groveling over this person wants to use the women's bathroom. They're groveling over things like that. You know, they're not in touch with reality. When you're making $250,000 a year and you have millions of dollars invested, $8 mayonnaise doesn't seem like a lot of money. But when you're on welfare, or you're working, not even a minimum wage job. Uh, when I went to Indiana, I saw billboards. Domino's paid $20 an hour for pizza delivery. The pizza delivery drivers, they get about $20 plus an hour. I remember $20 an hour for me 20 years ago was a nice little $20 an hour for me 20 years ago or 25 years ago was like, that's not bad. I would have, I would have took it, $20 an hour. $20 an hour now in New York City area is like minimum wage because everything is so expensive, you know. And when they forget about us, things like that. That's when you say these people lost touch with reality. I don't think they're gonna recover from that in 4 years. They're not gonna recover from that. It's unfortunate because they're still doubling down right now. They're still doubling down on their stupidity. Like they forgot about that I was one. I voted for them many years, and then after 2020, I was done. I was done. Excuse me, 2016. 2016 for me, I was done. It's like Obama's second term, I was done with them. I was done. I was done. The second, halfway to the second term, I was done. I said I had enough of this. I was done. They lost touch with the people, with the working class. They lost, you know. Yeah, so it is about the standard of living. When people feel it in their pocket and the standard of living, finally they came out and they spoke. So I don't want to hear this no more. But I watch all these videos and these people crying. Oh, I'm moving to England. You know, she could afford to move to Ellen DeGeneres can move to England. I can't move to England. I'm sure they have a nice house in England, in the countryside, maybe a couple of acres, who knows why, a few acres, who knows why. They can afford to do all that. All these people that are claiming they're going to leave, they can afford to leave. And me, I'm staying put right here. Uh, we cannot afford to just pick up and leave. We can't do that, even if we wanted to. It'll be difficult. This house needs a lot of work. This house not going to sell like that. It might sell like that. It probably will sell anyway because a real estate over here is very expensive. I mean, this house, for example, this house doubled in value in 20 years. It doubled in value. It won't be long before the tax goes up in this house. The real estate tax. Yeah. Yeah, T rating 972. I agree that something needs to be done about the price. Yeah, it has to. And it's not like the way she ran a price gouging. It's not price gouging. That's stupid. She just didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Excuse me. Glenn Dessler, thanks on the advice on the SDR dongle. Sat on the bench. Mm. It sat on the bench for months, but you said no elect is a good product, so I got it back and found the problem. It was a cable, USB cable. Well, yeah, you try different cables, but Nolec is a good brand. Nolec is fine. They're not top tier SDR product, but they're good. If you, for example, VHF, UHF, Nolec is pretty good. You could use Nolec. You don't need to, fork out. You don't have to pay for a lot. I have to monitor the time now. It's 2:18. Okay, I got the alarm on this because I got to go pick up my son at 3 o'clock. So what I'll do is I'll pick up my son. I'll leave the live stream on. I want to be on for a couple of hours at least today, and then I'll wrap up my Friday because tomorrow I'm gonna be gone all day, so I won't even be on the live stream tomorrow on Jill's chat. And then Sunday, maybe Sunday I'll be. Actually, I got to bring down the tree now because I want to decorate the tree before Thanksgiving. Actually, I want to have the tree in the living room. So yeah, so I'm ranting. I'm having fun. It's okay. People don't take it to heart. People, I know sometimes people come in here and say, "Oh, that's that guy that talks." I'm sorry, I could talk about whatever I want. This is my channel. I talk about whatever I want. But people come in, they don't like it. You know what? It's not for you. Bye bye. Get out of here. Yeah. So you found the problem. So it was a USB cable. Okay. Yeah. No elect. SDRs are good for VHF, UHF. Even shortwave is fine. I have one, the RTL SDR version 3, the original one. I also have the up converted. Worked pretty good. I should dust it off and put it on a. I want to have my final setup here, and then maybe I'll have that on a computer where I can. Actually, I'm even thinking about, like I said, I mentioned it before. I'm thinking about setting up an ADSB like a station with an ADSB antenna, and just have that and let that track aircraft. I even signed up for their program where they can, but I didn't get accepted to that program because um because of course I live in the middle of New York City. Well, I live in outside of New York City, so they said we already have enough people here in the New York area as a spotter. Because if you could sign up, they have a program that if you sign up to be a spotter or a tracker, they send you the antenna and all the RTL, SDR, everything included for free. You get all that equipment for free. I didn't know about that until Tom. I remember Tom's radio room. He signed up for it. This is going back like 8 years now. He signed up for it. He got accepted to the. He got accepted because where he lived out in Tampa, there weren't that many people that were doing that. So they send them the antenna. Is it's an ADSB antenna. Is tuned for that frequency, and they send him the SDR and everything. They send them everything. So I signed up for that, and I didn't get accepted. I said, okay, well, I tried, and it's with the program is with FlightAware, because that's what they go to for the data. If you even see it on the news now, right? When something happens with an aircraft or something, or travel issues, when there's a lot of travel issues that flights delay and all that, according to according to FlightAware, so they get all that data from FlightAware. So that's why I was signed up for FlightAware to see if they can send me in the program, and they said, no, we don't need you right now, but if we need you, we'll consider you. So yeah, because I wanted to put an ADSB antenna here, and I would have had that monitoring for FlightAware. I would have had a setup for that. Yeah. So no, like SDRs are good, so I'm glad you found the problem with the the issue with this. Yeah, it's usually USB, T Radio 922. I don't understand. Oh, sorry, I skipped that one. Democrats need to do a better job in reaching the working class. Exactly. Instead of spending money to bring Beyonce and Eminem. Yeah, exactly. While they had the Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage, like that's not gonna that's not gonna address my issues. So of course, anyway, I had my mind made up for a long time. I'm done with the, you know. I grew up like my mom was the one that made. I grew up as we grew up like that, and both Democrats. They're the ones they're not gonna cut your welfare benefits. That was my mother. I'm being honest with you. That's what she used to tell me. You know, but now I know better that was wrong. You know, and that was wrong mentality. Nothing is free. When I grew up, I found that out. Nothing is free. See, right in 1972. I don't understand why anyone will leave the U.S. because VP Harris lost. They should at least stay here. And no, I don't want them to fight for what they believe in, because what they believe in is nonsense. No, let them go. Let them leave. They're not, I really don't care for them. It's not about fighting what they believe in. What they believe in is stupid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. When you're worried about tranny wants to use the women's bathroom, well, you know what? That's not a fucking issue for me. It wasn't an issue for that person for all these years. Why should it be a major national issue? I'm sorry. You know what a national issue is? Lower the price of gas. Let's start with that one. Okay? Let's start with that one. That's a major one. Keep the price of gas from skyrocketing. Not, you're breaking tranny's heart because she wants to she wants to drain her snake in the women's bathroom. No, I don't care about that issue. I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck no. So you know what? Let them go to England or whatever. Let them leave. I don't want them fighting for stupid causes. We don't need that. We don't need that here. I understand it's a democracy. It's a republic. It's a republic, number one. It's not a democracy. Cut that nonsense as a democracy. This is not jolly old England. No parliament. Glenn Dancy, you're so right about electors. Yeah, I'm telling you, New York State, they lost electoral. It used to be like around 30. There was one time I know the last one was 28. I remember. This one was only 20. Just 20. That's it. So they lost about 8 of them. Electoral college has to do with the major thing is population of the state. New York State is shrinking in population, even though it's a big state. Population wise, it's shrinking. A lot of people are voting with their feet. They're leaving, and that's going to affect the electoral. So New York State is not a big deal. When she won New York State, it was like, New York State, who cares? That's what we did. I was like, New York State, dummies. But Florida now is a fat electoral piece of the pie, right? I forgot what was the number. So of course, because a lot of people moving to Florida. Florida population. I think Florida now is. If I heard this on the radio the other day. It wasn't Bloomberg. I heard it from. I think Florida now, population wise, has more than New York State now. I think Florida surpassed New York in terms of population. So, it does. The population does affect the electoral count of that state, and it's going to shrink. And by 2028, New York might be under 20 electoral. It might be, who knows? Because they go by the census. And they don't go by registered voters. They go by the census. So that means even if they're illegal, they're counted in the census. Well, not that one. That one is beat up. I have the same one upstairs, the white one. I have it upstairs on the second floor. It's okay chair. It's okay. It's a budget gaming chair. Hello, Different Gear TV. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Yeah. And thank you. Yeah. So Glenda said, yeah, you're right about the electors. When I was 18, we have 5 electors. Now we have 9 votes. Yeah. So it went up. So in your state, because people are moving to your state's getting more populated, your electoral count is going up now. So you see, perfect example. It was 5, now it's 9. I believe they even called it. Well, I don't know if they called it. There wasn't a swing state yet, but who knows, a couple of more terms later on, maybe in 8 years, it might be a swing state. Maybe even the next one, it could be a swing state. Because I remember 2000. Back in 2000, I remember Florida was the big swing state. Now it's it's a big state now. It's electoral wise. And Texas, California is also shrinking. That's another state that's shrinking. California is a fat, juicy electoral vote. A lot of votes there because a big population. A lot of people leaving California too. So that number is going to shrink. A lot of people leaving California. That's another state. So, yeah. Well, I don't know about swings because swing state. Well, yeah, swing state. Well, I don't know about New Jersey. I don't know about New Jersey yet. I hate to say it. They're the same boat as New York. Just too many knuckleheads. There was a time in my life when I wanted to move to New Jersey. Believe it or not, there was a time. It was a long time ago. I wanted to move to New Jersey, and then when I seen my in-laws, they moved to Sparta, New Jersey. They bought a house there, and the cost. I just there's some things in New Jersey I just can't. I don't like. For example, you got. I don't know what's wrong with New Jersey. When you can't buy beer, when you can't buy beer at a Walmart, New Jersey lost me. Things like that, they lost me. You can't buy beer in Walmart in New Jersey or in a supermarket. You have to buy beer at a beer and liquor place, right? Well, I don't think you drink alcohol, But when you want alcohol, like beer, in New York City, in Yonkers, whatever, I could go to any bodega and buy beer. In New Jersey, you can't do that. They don't sell. You have to go to a beer and liquor place, like a liquor store. It's like a beer and wine, beer and liquor. That's what they call it, beer and liquor store. It's not readily available. And every time I go to Walmart in New Jersey, I'm like, I'm gonna grab a pack of beer. Nope, there's no beer in Walmart. I'm like, what? I keep forgetting that. I'm like, oh, honey, forget it. There's no beer here. You know? Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, in New Jersey, you can't buy beer. You know? Yeah, even yeah. Like for example, in a gas station, I could buy here. I could buy beer at a gas station. I could buy beer at a bodega, grocery store. I could buy beer. Not in New Jersey. Not in New Jersey. Not the next state. Right over the bridge. Nope. You have to go to a beer and wine place. That's it. Some kind of beer and wine. And that, they're the only ones that get the alcohol license. That's it. It's crazy. That was the one they lost me on. I was like, I could never live in New Jersey just for that alone. That's like sacrilege. Well, yeah, let's hope. Where am I? Yeah. So different gear, TV. I like your office chair build video. Oh, I think you're talking about this one. Oh yeah, the one. Yeah. Yeah, it's upstairs. Yeah, that was for my son. Oh, I think you're talking about this one. He's talking about this one. This old one. This one. Yeah. Okay, you're talking about the one that I just posted. Oh, okay. Yeah. That one I gotta fix one of the wheels. I have the wheel there. It's just that it has so much hair in it. I have to cut the hair out first and snap the wheel back in there. So I'll just put it over there for now. Oh yeah, okay. So I appreciate that you like the video. I was hoping you do a 360 spin. Maybe I'll do a short video and let my son sit in it and spin. I should have done that. I should have put my son. I think he was shy that day. He didn't want to. I should have shot the video with my son sitting on it and he said, yeah, he likes to see it. He likes the chair and then let him spin on the chair. I should have done something like that. What happened was I haven't shot a video like that in a couple of months or so. So I'm starting to get rusty now. Because all I've been doing is live streams recently. And a couple of short videos. Yeah. So let me read this comment and then I'll talk about something. I'm gonna need to monitor the time. Okay, 2:34. Anyway, you know what? Let's talk about it now. Let me read this stuff and then because that alarm is about to go off in 10 minutes and then I have to start getting ready and then I'll come back. Yeah. T rating. I remember Republican candidates used to win New Jersey. Yeah, I remember that too. Even this year, it was close. Yeah, it was close. It was close. Yeah, it was close. So maybe it'll be the swing state. Yeah. Hello, James Farley. I hope you're doing well. And different gear to you. That's crazy. You can buy beer, wine out of a petrol station here. Yeah, it's same here. It's same here in New York, but in New Jersey, it's different. It's different. Like even when you're gonna go buy gas. Over here, we could do over here self-serve. That means you pick up the pump and you pump it yourself. There's no attendant. Or you just go to the window, pay for the gas. Say, put regular, number 4, and give $20. Okay, $20 worth. And then I go over there. I pump the gas myself. In New Jersey, you're not allowed to do that. In New Jersey, you're not allowed to pump your own gas when you're going to buy gas. You have to wait for them to do it. And that's another one. You have to wait for them to do it. There's no self-serve. That's another one. It's weird. It's like when I went into Jersey, it's like I know it's close proximity to one. It's like a different universe or some things. It's crazy. Oh, you're in Passaic County. Okay. Yeah. 1972. Trump won my home county, Passaic, for the first time in years. He almost won 3%. Okay. Well, no. I mean, it could be if you don't have no common sense. For example, all over the place, it says no smoking. Um, you know, like I done it a million times. Pump gas. I used to work at a gas station too. When I was young, I was a teenager. I worked for a gas station too. Yeah, as I pump gas and buy my beer, but I never smoked. You see, so it wasn't a problem for me. Yeah, it says it no smoking. Like, I know here in New York State, when we go back, we pull over, and my wife would say, "Okay, Danny, go in there," or I go, or she goes in there. I go to the thing. I pay the guy. I say, "Here, 20." I'll give it. Here, $20. $20, regular, regular. You know, 87 or regular. We say whatever. I say regular. I just say regular. You know what I mean? Regular, and they got the numbers on each pump. Number two. That's it. He activates it. And that's it. And then I go out there and I pull the thing out. I pump it myself, and you watch the thing, and it's already preset. They already have a preset. So if you pay $20, if normally I pay like $20 or whatever, if unless I want to fill up the tank, usually $20. It'll keep running, and then as soon as you pump the last $20, that's it. It locks. It locks. It locks, and you can't pump no more. That's it. Then you put it back on the thing, and that's it. So it's not like I could pump unlimited, and no. When you got to go up there, it's all he already sets the amount, and then when you go to the pump, it's already set the amount. So $20 could be like I don't know how many gallons. I forget how many gallons. A few gallons, whatever. That's it. And then but yeah, then you make it sound like that is kind of dangerous, right? No, it's not like that. You don't fill what you want, and then you go inside. No, it's not. You don't do that. You got to go in there and pay first. You pay first, or if you do it with a credit card, you do it there. You put the amount that you want, they charge it, and now the pump has that amount of gas to be dispensed, or whatever. You can't just pump all whatever you want, and they're not like that. These tanks, these pumps are not like that. Yeah, it could be science to come on. Well, let's hope. You know, do they think it's dangerous to pump your own gas? I don't think it's dangerous. I mean, you're always gonna have idiots smoking, even though the sign clearly the sign says no smoking. But I worked at a gas station. I worked in Manhattan, down by downtown on the west side of Manhattan. I worked for a Hess station. I used to work for Hess. That was the gas station I used to work for Hess. That was the company I used to work for Hess. I was doing the night shift. So I was the guy behind the glass with it was two other guys. So I was the guy that used to go clean the bathrooms and all that. Do all that. Ugh. I had to clean that. What's I didn't think disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it happen quite a few times. People smoking with an idiot. Smoking while they're pumping gas. How stupid can you be? James Farley, think it's a good idea to pump your own gas and buy 12-pack of beer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, New York State. That's what we do here in New York State. We're allowed to buy beer at a 7-Eleven. We could go to 7-Eleven and buy beer. 7-Eleven is 24 hours. That's another thing that I think some municipalities have. They have an hourly. I know in Yonkers, the stores are not open 24 hours. They got to be closed by midnight. Any local grocery store, bodega, midnight, they got to close by midnight. Only a few, like 7-Eleven is quite, only 7-Eleven. We do have a 7-Eleven. It's about a couple of miles away from my house. That's 24 hours. 7-Eleven, there's only a few places that opens 24 hours. 7-Eleven is one of them. But that's it. There's not many places in Yonkers that open 24 hours. Now, you go to New York City, everything is open 24 hours. A lot of things open 24 hours. I used to go to Chinese restaurant at 2 in the morning when I was up late. There was a local Chinese. He used to be open till 3 in the morning. Chinese restaurant. Like a couple of blocks away from where I used to live at. I would go in there 2 in the morning. Get my specials. Mr. Danny, yeah, Danny, Mr. Danny. 2 in the morning. 1 or 2 in the morning, I would go in there for late night. I had to eat. Because I used to work late. And I would come home late. And then, I'm not going to cook. I used to go to the Chinese. I would be home at 11 o'clock at night. Or midnight. And I got to eat, man. I got to eat. I can't go to bed starving. I got to eat. I did the PM shift and all that. When I worked at Hess, forget I was overnight shift. I was 11 to 7. 11 at night to 7 in the morning. Different gear TV. You used to just fill up what you want and go inside. Yeah, it's not the case no more. But now you normally have to pay first. Then yeah, that's what you have to do everywhere. It's not. James Farley, they should give away free stuff when you fill your tank in New Jersey. I don't know. Maybe they still do that at some places. I don't know. I never got anything free. I know the biggest thing with Hess was the trucks. We used to sell the Hess truck in the gas station. And right now it's around the holidays. Of course, we got to order one for my son because it just came out. The Hess. This year is a fire truck. It's a fire truck with a little motorcycle and a fire chief car inside. So it's a car, a motorcycle, and a fire truck. So we have to order it for my son. We buy that for him for collecting. So we've been collecting the last 10 years. So he has basically the last 10 years. I think 1 year we skipped. But she just bought it last year. We skipped 1 year because I didn't like that year. There was 1 year where it was crap. It was a plane. But it was like the plane didn't even look real. It looked like a crappy plane. Let me snooze it. I'm okay. So it's 2:45. I'll get rid of it in about 5 more minutes. I contacted XA's Data, and they replied this morning. They're gonna send me the D221 radio. So I should get that in a couple of weeks. The D221, that is the newest radio for XA's Data. It is the pocket radio. Anyway, when I come back, but anyway, you know which one it is. It's the pocket radio with the weather band. So they got rid of one. They got rid of the FM band, the one from 67 to 80, the one that we don't use here in on the Eastern, the European, the Russian, whatever it is, the FM band, whatever. So they got rid of that and they replaced that with the weather band, which I said they should have done. The D220, they should have put the weather band. So now this model is going to have one FM band, shortwave, FM, medium wave, shortwave, and now it's gonna have the weather band. And I think I'm not James Farley. Jim's Radio Check said he already bought one. He should get it in a couple of days. I think he said he already ordered it from Amazon. I don't know. I didn't see the Amazon link. I checked on Amazon. So anyway, yeah, they're replacing the FM2 with, yeah, so that's an improvement for. So they're gonna send me one. They asked me for choice of color. I picked, of course, the yellow one, the orange one. So I picked that color. I said, send me the orange one, because they have orange and green that was available. So they're gonna send me the orange one. So I should get it in about a week or two. I should get it. So when I get it, I'll make videos on there. Review. I still haven't made a review on the 220, but the 220, I talked about it here many times. Maybe I'll make a official review video for this channel on it. It's a nice little radio. I believe Jim bought his for $15. So Jim said he already bought one. He ordered it. But I can't find the Amazon. If you go to Amazon, I mean, I could check it again right now. I checked it yesterday. It was not available yet on Amazon, but the 221. Yeah, I still don't see it on the. I see the 220. Yeah, I know they put a couple of videos already on it. Oh, you put a video. Oh, hello, Jim. You're here. I just. Okay, let me go check it out. Speaking of the, well, I don't want to say the devil. You're not a devil. Speaking of the man. So let me go to your channel. Let me go to my subscriptions. Okay, now this thing is loading like molasses. What's going on? I'm watching your. Okay. So there you go. Individual check. Jim has it. And they got the sticker. I like the sticker. That's cool. So yeah, I like the sticker on it. Okay, so Jim has it. All right. Yeah, it looks good. So I asked them to send me the same color. So yeah, so they replied, and then they said, what color you want? I said, no, I want, yeah, send me the orange one. I said, okay. So they're gonna, I should get them about a week or so, hopefully. Yeah, I like the sticker. Yeah, I like the sticker. It reminds me of the Texan and all that. Yeah, exactly. A different gear. So I'm definitely, yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah, of course, I never take those stickers out. Some people do that. I don't do that. I leave all the stickers on. I leave the original stickers on and everything. I never take the sticker. Any radio that I buy, if it has a sticker, I try to leave it on. Even when I touch it, I try not to touch the sticker because I don't want to wear it out. I like the stickers on the radio. So that's cool that they put this no weather and all that on the sticker. That's pretty cool. So I already won one, and I already got me some points. I already get them points for that. Let me do 5 more. Yeah. Well, that's been a different gear. That's been around for a while. Yeah, I know it's no use for in Spain. That's only for North America. North America, USA and Canada. We have NOAA in the USA, and Canada has Environment Canada. They use the same frequency range. They have the channel, like channel 1, channel 2. There's 7 channels. It's 7 channels. But the rest of the world doesn't use that. That frequency is used for something else. And yeah, I got the green one too. The 220 I did buy. Well, the orange one they sent me. The green one I bought. I paid like $11 for it. So, and then of course now this one is on the way. The 221. So, but I'm glad they did that. I said it. And I think somebody else said, I think Jill's might have said it too, and he reviewed it. He said, yeah, they should make it with the no weather band. That would be nice. So James Radio said the FM on the 221 works very well. That's good to know. That's good. So yeah, so it was good. It's good to have the 221. The E100 is making its way around. I use it every day. My E100, I use it for the weather band. I have it in the boiler room. I just turn it on. I put it on the weather band just to hear the weather. And yeah. Yeah, so replacing the oh, I'm skipping here, sorry. Let me see what I want to know. I'm gonna skip something here. So that's been like that more than 10 years. It's been like that for a long time. Yeah, you can't just drive without paying. That's not gonna happen. James Farley, I heard this year's truck looks like the 6,000 pounds. No, it's a fire truck. It's just a fire truck. Yeah. Yeah, like it does look nice with the sticker. I like the sticker. That was a nice thing that did the sticker. Different Gear TV. Black is only available on Amazon Spain, but I wanted orange. Then orange came available, so I got that. So now they have green available. I know the 221. They gave me a choice. They said green or orange. That's it. So I don't think they even have black at all, or they even making it. I'm sure. I'm assuming they're making it, but I think they right now they're rolling it out. So I guess whatever they're rolling out. I want orange anyway. So no, I want orange. I don't have enough yellow orange radios. So all right. I'm gonna head out for a bit. I'm gonna go pick up my son. So I'll be back in about. Gonna be back in a bit, in about 20. So I'm gonna put the radio on and Alexa, play 10-10 wins.
10-10 wins from Danny's Odyssey. Some drizzle, most of it on the lighter side into tonight.
Yeah.
And then the rain and some of that snow will end late tonight.
Got to do something with all these radios. I have got so many. I'm going to have to get rid of my furniture. I know I have the same problem.
Maybe a stray shower tomorrow, especially across Long Island and Connecticut.
Let me go pick up my son.
Really, most of the areas going to stay dry throughout the weekend.
I'll be back.
Partly cloudy skies tomorrow night with a gusty, chilly wind, low 43. Windy and chilly Sunday, clouds and intervals of sun, a high of 52. And by Monday, sunshine giving way to more clouds. High temperature around 54. Might be a shower or two later Monday night into early Tuesday. Right now we have light rain and 40 degrees. At Midtown, we're going down to 38 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 10-10 winds on 92.3 FM.
Wednesday's time, 2:53. A retired NFL star is ready to make a run for it in late night television.
I love late night shows. I've always loved them.
Former Eagles center Jason Kelce revealed on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live he'll host a new late night show of his own on Fridays on ESPN.
We're going to have a bunch of guys up there, legends of the game, friends that I played the game with, coaches, celebrities.
He may have an in with Taylor Swift. As for the skill set, the 37-year-old's been studying the art of the show for a long time.
I remember sleepovers watching Conan O'Brien with my friends. It's like, what are we doing here?
They call it Late Night with Jason Kelce. Will kick off in January. Deborah Rodriguez for 10-10 wins. Speaking of Taylor and various Kelces, it's beginning to look a lot like Swiftness.
I don't know if I can keep this up.
It was nice to feel like a normal girl dating a normal guy. Neither of you are normal.
That's from Christmas in the Spotlight, the Lifetime movie that debuts tomorrow. The movie is obviously based on a certain romance between the world's biggest pop star and her Kansas City chief boyfriend. But wait, there's more. Hallmark not about to be outdone. Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story, arrives on November 30th.
You chose to hit play on this track list today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this track at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL, all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/stream to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com/stream. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
This holiday season, surprise everyone on your list with the best gifts. Tickets to see their favorite artists live. Choose from thousands of concerts and comedy shows, including Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, Matt Matthews, Metallica, Thomas Rhett, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Sarah Silverman, and so many more. Share a memory together, or give a gift they'll never forget. Find the most exciting gift for every fan at livenation.com/gifts. That's livenation.com/gifts.
Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda during the Mazda A Season to Move You event. Lease the new 2025 CX-30 all-wheel drive, only $209 a month, or buy with 0% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Call 888-885-2891 for details. Excludes tax, title, and registration. Zero security deposit. VIN SM765753. MSRP $26,490. Ends 12/2/24.
Wings News Time 2:56 now. Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Andrew O'Day.
Consumer sentiment is not bipartisan, especially right now. The University of Michigan, when it conducts its twice-monthly consumer surveys, asks about political affiliations. And the first survey following the election has found a larger gap in economic confidence between those who vote red versus those who vote blue. Republicans' consumer sentiment is at a 3-year high now. For Democrats, consumer sentiment is at a 1-year low. Wall Street's indexes right now higher. Dow gaining 392, a little more than an hour left in the trading day and the trading week. NASDAQ up 26, S&P 500 up 19. Oil futures moving more decisively today, up nearly 2%. To back above $71 a barrel. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26:56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 wins on 92.3.
This Thanksgiving, save big on baking at Amazon Fresh, because dinner's just the warm-up. Find holiday baking essentials for under $5 now through November 28th. Prime members save even more. Shop online for same-day delivery and savings from Amazon Fresh.
Once upon a time, there was an SUV where everything for every passenger feels just right. Not too loud or too quiet. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infiniti QX80 with individual audio zones that isolates phone calls to the driver's seat. Discover every just right feature in the all-new QX80 at InfinityUSA.com. Available feature. Cannot buffer all interior sound. See owner's manual for details.
Hey, comedy fans. The funniest comedians in the world are on tour, and you can get tickets to see them live near you. Laugh at the biggest names in comedy, like Otsko Okatska, Chelsea Handler, Corey Holcomb, Matt Matthews, Nurse John, Ralph Barbosa, Ronnie Chang, Sarah Silverman, Sebastian Maniscalco, Wanda Sykes, and so many more. All kinds of shows, all kinds of venues, all kinds of funny. Head to livenation.com/comedy to get your tickets today. That's livenation.com/comedy.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded. At forhers.com/go, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans that are tailored to you 100% online, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy. All for as low as $199 per month with a 12-month subscription paid up front. No hidden fees and no membership fees. Get started at forhers.com/go today.
WINS FM and HD1 New York.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. 1010 Winds AccuWeather says this cold, blustery weather we've had today will continue into early evening. The rain will start to taper off. You may see some wet snowflakes or continue to north and west of 287 with snow accumulating on grassy surfaces. Tomorrow, another blustery day, windy with clouds and sun, high 49. Same for Sunday, windy with sun and clouds, high 52. Monday, sun and clouds, high 54. Tuesday, partly sunny, maybe a shower, high 56. And the extended forecast says it's going to be partly sunny Wednesday, and Thanksgiving shaping up to be a cloudy day. For now, more people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Anthony Bosco's our service aide. Martin Unschreib is writing. Sarah Milano's at the editor's desk. I'm Lori Madden.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM, New York.
Windy, wet, and raw, 40 degrees at 3 o'clock on this Friday. I'm Paul Burdane. Here's what's happening. The weather is a reminder that the holidays are here. The city and the NYPD talking about plans for next Thursday's Macy's Parade. Another hurdle cleared for congestion pricing, this time from a key player in Washington. Matt Gaetz, who quit as a Trump nominee and from his seat in Congress, says he has no plans to try and return to Capitol Hill. Daniel Jones ends his career with the New York Giants. The checkout fund for passengers who took a trip into space this morning. Elsewhere in sports, the Nets are in Philly tonight, and the markets have been higher. The Dow's been up over 300 points today. Winds new sign 301 with expanded traffic and transit now at the Mercedes-Benz at Edison.com Traffic Center. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, over to Queens, northbound side of the Van Wyck approaching the Long Island Expressway. You got the left lane out with that crash. There's a tow truck there, but it looks like the tow truck that's on scene on the northbound Van Wyck isn't big enough to do the job, so this is going to be there a little while. Overall, northbound Van Wyck pretty much slow the whole way from Kennedy Airport up to the L Light, and then more company north of the L Line to the Whitestone Bridge. Clearview doesn't do all of it, but what it does a whole lot better. Jackie Robinson jammed up west out of Kew Gardens over to Forest Park Drive as they get rid of an accident that never should have, or rid of a truck, I should say, that never should have been there. Brooklyn belt bumper to bumper west from Flatbush Avenue to the Verrazano. Verrazano's not awful yet, but westbound Staten Island Expressway is. You've got a crash reportedly involving a motorcycle getting over to Woolley Avenue. Outerbridge Jersey bound is slow, so the Goethals to the southbound Turnpike better ride over to Jersey. Citybound George, upper levels an extra 15 to 20. Lower levels better. West Side Highway, best of a bad bunch getting out. Lincoln, it's about 10 minutes in, 15 to 20 out from 11th. A little better for now from 9th. Over at the Holland Tunnel, 45 minutes getting you out of town. Inbound Skyway, outbound covered roadway starting to jam up on the Jersey side. So the Newark Bay, better either way. Traffic is sponsored by Plaza Jewish Community Chapel. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Well, if you're heading out of town for the weekend, you may see some snowflakes mixing in with the rain that we've had now for 2 days in a row. There's some winter advisories, in fact, just to our north. He knows all about these things. We better ask him about this. AccuWeather's Brian Thompson is on the line. Brian?
Yeah, Paul, we've had some pretty impressive snowfall. So some of the higher terrain in northwest New Jersey, up in Orange County, some places closing in on a foot of snow. Some places have had over a foot of snow. But this is a very elevation-dependent storm. As you go down in elevation, a lot of the valley spots had some lighter amounts. Then as you get toward the city, there really was very little, if any, snow. No snow officially in Central Park, but there were some snowflakes around near the city, and even in parts of the 5 boroughs, it did have a little bit of snow trying to mix in, but mostly just some light rain and drizzle right now. This is going to wrap up late tonight, and then it's going to be a windy, chilly weekend, but it does look mostly dry at this point, and the sun is going to come back out. High temperatures near 50, both tomorrow and Sunday. Paul?
All right, and Brian, today's weather is a shocking reminder, at least for some of us, that it's time for the holidays. That includes the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The NYPD in the city talking about plans for their security blanket today.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is less than a week away, which means the floats, the character balloons, and all of the performers will be marching down the Upper West Side to Herald Square. We're expecting to hear from the NYPD to see what the security measures will be in place this year. The parade kicks off 8:30 a.m. bright and early Thanksgiving morning, and usually it has about 2 million people coming to watch it, including 10,000 people marching in the parade. There's expected to be about 17 character balloons, 22 colorful floats, and of course, tons of performers. Mary Lou Buckley, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Lower Manhattan.
One report from law enforcement agencies details some areas of police thought, including lone offenders and small groups that might try and do things like use vehicles. And so the city will place, again, large vehicles along the parade route. And as we've heard before, they say there is no specific or actionable security threat involving the parade this year. WINS News Time 3:05, the MTA's congestion pricing plan has just received a final okay from Washington.
The Federal Highway Administration has given final approval for congestion pricing, and MTA Chair Janno Lieber took a victory lap in Grand Central Station.
I'm proud that we're standing here at a moment where we're talking about delivering better transit for more people, safer streets, and cleaner air for all, along with reduced congestion.
There's strong opposition to congestion pricing outside of Manhattan, and various lawsuits could still delay or block the plan.
We always knew that we were going to have to deal with the challenges from all these lawsuits.
And President-elect Trump is also vowing to stop congestion pricing. Roger Stern, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Diddy's attorneys are back in court this afternoon for a third bail hearing. They're proposing new conditions for his release, including a $50 million bond. Diddy's been behind bars since September, following his indictment on, among other things, sex trafficking charges. His lawyers have also offered to bring a forensic video expert to court, claiming that a video showing Diddy attacking his then-girlfriend at a hotel in L.A. in 2016 was manipulated. The NYPD has released photos of a suspect accused of beating a 60-year-old man with a metal pipe last month. This attack happened on the afternoon of the 18th of October in the East Village. Police say the suspect attacked the victim after he said he had no money to give him. Anyone with info is being asked to contact police. We have the suspect's photo up at our website. Take a look, and if you recognize the guy, the police would like to hear from you. 1010wins.com. WINS News Time 3:06. Matt Gaetz is saying he has no plans to return to Congress.
In his first interview since withdrawing his name from consideration to be Attorney General, Matt Gaetz told podcaster Charlie Kirk he doesn't intend to join the next Congress. That means his seat will be left vacant and then filled with a special election. Gaetz resigned from Congress last week after President-elect Trump picked him as his nominee to lead the Justice Department. But Gaetz had won re-election on November 5th, so he was eligible to return, but would have needed to inform the House clerk he reversed his intentions to serve in the next Congress. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
WINS News Time 3:07, and Daniel Jones has thrown his final interception for the Giants.
Jones flips it out quickly, and it is intercepted by Josie Joel.
That was the call on the NFL Network when the Giants lost to the Panthers in Germany 2 weeks ago. That led up to a team decision to bench Jones, and this morning he showed up to work and asked to be released. The Giants agreed, thanking him for his time with the organization and the way he handled his demotion. 27-year-old was drafted by the Giants in 2019. He had 2 years left on a 4-year, $160 million contract. Tommy DeVito will be the starter this weekend for the 2-8 New York Giants. Hollywood has some high expectations this weekend.
Do you remember the craze of last summer? Barbenheimer ring a bell? Well, there's a new double feature set to take movie theaters by storm this time around, and they're calling it Glicked. Veronica and friends said they'll be seeing both movies today, but they're rushing to see Gladiator first because...
Oh, it is. Denzel.
She said as soon as she's done obsessing over Denzel Washington, wicked it is. Well, she's pretty familiar with the ending.
You know, it's the same storyline. One sister gets had and the other sister feel left out. That's family life, isn't it?
She may have a point there. Amanda Alexander, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at Regal UA in Sheepshead Bay.
All right, we'll have the latest for you road warriors, or your road gladiators, I guess you would say, out there on the roads on this Friday. That's coming up straight ahead. WINS News Time 3:08. Now this message: sexually harassed at work? Call the law firm of Kleinman Ginsburg now. Call 877-8.
Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL, all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/stream to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com/stream. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Give savings a seat at the table this Thanksgiving with same-day delivery from Amazon Fresh. Whether you're looking for juicy deals on turkey or your favorite stuffing mix, get Thanksgiving essentials delivered to your door for less this holiday season. Prime members save even more with deals on thousands of grocery items and up to 50% off on weekly favorites. Celebrate Thanksgiving with savings and same-day delivery from Amazon Fresh.
Once upon a time, there was an SUV where everything for every passenger feels just right. Not too loud or too quiet. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infiniti QX80 with individual audio zones that isolates phone calls to the driver's seat. Discover every just right feature in the all-new QX80 at InfinityUSA.com. Available feature. Cannot buffer all interior sound. See owner's manual for details.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you. From daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or DSW.com.
I get it. Your desk has been there for you, holding up your computer, your unused stapler, and that plant you forgot to water. But maybe it's time to leave your desk and spend your lunch break volunteering with Meals on Wheels.
Doing Meals on Wheels for me is the joy that I look for at the end of my week. I'll come to the door with one meal and I'll walk away with a full heart.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at AmericaLet'sDoLunch.org. That's AmericaLet'sDoLunch.org. Brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Twins News Time 3:11. Let's get going on a Friday. Expanded traffic and transit to help you out. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, northbound side of the FDR Drive approaching East 53rd Street, you're going to pass an ambulance that's stopped in the middle lane, and you're going to say, what's the emergency? Well, the ambulance is the emergency. That ambulance on the northbound FDR near East 53rd Street, it just broke down, so they're going to need a heavy-duty tow truck to get rid of this broken-down ambulance on the northbound FDR at East 53rd, and you've got a mess all the way back towards Grand Street on the northbound FDR up towards East 53rd. West Side Highway northbound sluggish, but at least moving from the 70s up to the George, but you're going to be hungry for a decent ride out of town today. It's a gridlock alert day, and here's what you need to know about the Bridges End Tunnel. Although the Cross Bronx is already crawling from the Bruckner Interchange, southbound Deegan is slow from Van Cortlandt Park. Inbound George, upper levels about a 30-minute ride right now. Lower is still going to treat you better. Inbound Lincoln's all right. Outbound Lincoln back up to at least 20 minutes from 11th Avenue. A little better elsewhere. Worst of it's at the outbound Holland. That's a 30 to 40-minute ride out of town. On the Jersey side, outbound Covered Roadway and inbound Skyway really starting to jam up. Newark Bay is better. Verrazano, Staten Island bound starting to really get slammed upstairs. It's all because of a crash on the westbound Staten Island Expressway near Woolley Avenue. Goethals Jersey bound, once you get there, is good enough because the Outerbridge Jersey bound has trickled to a crawl. Or slowed to a trickle, I should say. Traffic is sponsored by Times Square Church. Visit tsc.nyc. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Getting ready for game day looks a lot different for me now, but the one thing I look forward to most these days are my snacks. My favorite is buffalo chicken dip, and the best way to make it is with some Hellmann's real mayonnaise. Hellmann's mayonnaise is the secret to bring out the rich and creamy taste in all of your game day dishes. So, give it a try, and may your game day be delicious with Hellmann's real mayonnaise.
Shop at your local Walmart, Kroger, or grocery store and add some extra deliciousness to your game day dishes this football season.
The eye-watering forecast we had out there with the wind that's kicking up this afternoon, right through the weekend now. Here's our AccuWeather meteorologist, Brian Thompson.
Even though we will be drying out, Paul, that wind is going to stick with us through the weekend. We still have a lot of light rain and drizzle across the area right now. At the moment, even well north and west, a lot of the snow that was falling has switched over to some light rain or drizzle. But we may see, especially north and west of 287, some of this rain switch back over to a little bit of wet snow into tonight. Could be a fresh covering in some spots. But for most areas, again, we'll just have this off and on rain and drizzle through tonight, which will end late, a low of 38. Then a windy, chilly day tomorrow. Might be a stray shower across Long Island and Connecticut, especially early. Otherwise, we'll have clouds and some sun. 49 the high tomorrow. And then that gusty, chilly wind tomorrow night. Partly cloudy, a low of 43. Clouds and some sun Sunday. Still a blustery day, a high of 52. Sun will give way to more clouds Monday with less wind finally, a high of 54. And we could see a couple of showers later Monday night into Tuesday. Precipitation-wise, though, it does not look nearly as heavy as this recent round of rain was. 40 degrees right now. We do still have some light rain in Mid-Sound. We're going down to 38. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
All right, some trouble from on high for satellite radio. In this case, that would be the state of New York coming down on the satellite folk, as we'll explain.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
You chose to hit play on this track list today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this track at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Give savings a seat at your Thanksgiving table this year with low prices from Amazon Fresh. Now through November 28th, save 30% on Thanksgiving essentials. Prime members save even more. Shop online for same-day delivery and savings from Amazon Fresh.
Once upon a time, there was an SUV where everything for every passenger feels just right. Not too loud or too quiet. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infiniti QX80 with individual audio zones that isolates phone calls to the driver's seat. Discover every just right feature in the all-new QX80 at InfinityUSA.com. Available feature. Cannot buffer all interior sound. See owner's manual for details.
316, SiriusXM has been found liable in a New York lawsuit accusing it of making it too hard for customers to cancel their subscriptions. The judge ruled the satellite radio company has to change its cancellation policy to comply with the Federal Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act. SiriusXM will also have to pay unspecified damages. The company says it will appeal. Telfar is opening its first ever flagship store in New York City tomorrow morning. It's located at Walker Street and Cortlandt Alley in Soho. The opening is RSVP only. Tickets became available today at noon. They quickly sold out. The store features a TV studio where shoppers can film what they bought. 6 people went on a 10-minute vacation in space this morning. This was the sound of the Blue Horizon capsule launch in Texas.
Command engine start. 2, 1, ignition.
And there they go. The passengers included Emily Calandrelli, an MIT engineer and TV host known as the TV engineer host known as the Space Gal. Here's what she had to say.
Oh my gosh, and we got to weightlessness. I immediately turned upside down and looked at the planet, and then there was so much blackness. There was so much space. I didn't expect to see so much space.
Calandrelli, the Space Gal on TV, is the 100th woman to fly to space. She bought a flash drive with a total of 10 significant things with her, including a painting of her daughter as an astronaut and photos of the 99 women who went to space before she did. No one knows how a child in Northern California ended up having the bird flu.
What was believed a few days ago is now confirmed. California's health department believed it had detected bird flu in a child. Now the CDC has confirmed it. The child is in Alameda County and had no known contact with infected animals. The child had mild symptoms and got flu antivirals. Other family members were negative for bird flu, but had other types of respiratory illnesses, which the child also has. So far, there is no confirmed person-to-person transmission of bird flu in the U.S. How the child got it is not clear. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Wiz News Time, 3:19.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Getting ready for game day looks a lot different for me now, but the one thing I look forward to most these days are my snacks. My favorite is buffalo chicken dip, and the best way to make it is with some Hellmann's real mayonnaise. Hellmann's mayonnaise is the secret to bring out the rich and creamy taste in all of your game day dishes. So, give it a try, and may your game day be delicious with Hellmann's real mayonnaise. Shop at your local Walmart, Kroger, or grocery store and add some extra deliciousness to your game day dishes this football season.
It's the season for people to pretend to love your gifts.
Toe socks, how'd you know? Wow, a light-up sweater. Hypothetically, is there a gift receipt?
Beach-themed decor. This will look perfect in my closet. Give a gift they don't have to pretend to love. Your ticket to winning the season is here. The chance to win up to $1 million with the new holiday scratch-off games from the New York Lottery. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The most important station on the planet for the most important people in the world. 1010 Wins and you.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
It's windy, wet, and chilly. 40 degrees at 3:20 on this Friday. I'm Paul Verdane. Here's what's happening. No specific threat, but the city and NYPD take no chances when it comes to security for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is next Thursday. The prosecution gets its chance at the defense witness who offered a different death possibility at the Daniel Penny trial. The judge in the Stormy Daniels case delayed sentencing, which had been on the agenda next week for President-elect Donald Trump. We have a little bit of the latest from Kendrick Lamar, who dropped a new album today. Jonathan Major's ex drops her assault lawsuit against the actor today. In sports, Daniel Jones makes his exit from the Giants. The Nets are in Philadelphia tonight. A little more than a half an hour left in trading. The markets are higher, especially the Dow, which is up almost 1% right now. Wins News Time 3:21 with expanded traffic and transit from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com traffic center. Here's Greg Wright.
Now you got a big mess on Staten Island. Verrazano, Staten Island down both levels, but especially the upper one starting to get a whole lot worse. It's all because of a big crash on the westbound Staten Island Expressway near Woolley Avenue. The left and right lanes are blocked, and that's why you're barely moving. Eastbound Staten Island Expressway slow from just before the West Shore with a whole lot of rubbernecking. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The rest of them, Outer Bridge, Jersey bound, slow enough to frustrate you. The Goethals to the southbound Turnpike truck lanes, that's going to be a better ride overall. Citybound George, upper level, the police work in the right lane. That's why it's about a 30-minute trip on the upper deck. Lower is better. Out of town, you missed your window on this gridlock alert day. Southbound Deegan, sluggish from the Marshall. Northbound West Side, slow moving from the 70s. Those are the better options. Lincoln into the city is about 15 minutes. 30 plus out from 11th Avenue. Better, but not great off of 9th. And the Holland Tunnel's a 45-minute Jersey-bound ride. The outbound covered roadway and inbound skyway are slow. Newark Bay is a much better play. Whitestone jammed either way across the Upper East River. Clearview Throgsneck combo is the better idea. Traffic is sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. Lease a new Equinox 4D wagon LT with two-wheel drive for $299 a month for 36 months. Right?
Alexa, stop. Wow. It's cold outside. Wow. It's freezing outside. Let me sit here for a minute. Stop by the bakery, got me a sandwich. Let me get my glasses. My son is upstairs eating my son wanted a chocolate eclair. He's eating a chocolate eclair. I used to love those chocolate eclairs. Yeah, so last comment was I got to do something with all these radios. I got so many, I am going to have to get rid of my furniture. Yeah, same here. I have a lot of, oh my God. I'm running out of space. Especially when I bought those boat anchors, like the Halicrafters. Oh my God, they take up so much space. I mean, they're nice to look at, but they take up space and they weigh so much. So, and they weigh so much. They weigh a ton. Hello, Tasso, and thank you for the being a member for 9 months now. Good afternoon and happy Friday, my friend. Nice to hear Paul Moran from WCBS. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, they hired a couple of people from WCBS to 1010 wins. So that's good. That's good too. Anyway, I got a couple of ham and cheese sandwich. Let me go get a cup of soda. I'll be right back. Happy Friday, everybody. And we're just gonna talk, next couple of hours. It's a rainy Friday. It wasn't raining when I went outside. I went halfway down the block, and then it started raining, but not a lot. It's just raining, And we need the rain, so it's all good. And basement is dry. Although over there there's a little water going into the thing, but there's nothing. It's okay. It's no big deal. It doesn't look bone dry now. It's back to normal, kind of. Well, not normal in terms of flooding, but normal when it rains, we get a little bit in the pit, but not enough to turn on the pump yet. It's just a little bit. It's nothing much. Let me go get a cup of soda. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna put my sweater on. I'll put it on afterwards. It's almost done. I just gotta touch up. There's a part because I have a temporary sink there. There's a part of the wall that I have a temporary one of them garage sinks for now. So I had to, for that part of the wall, I have to take the sink out. So I had to shut off the water, disconnect the metal hoses, and disconnect the drain, and then move the sink out. And then I did. So right now I gave it that part. I had it was broken at the bottom of the plaster. I had to cut it, and I put a piece of drywall in there, sheetrock. Then I taped it, and then I filled it in. That's the first coat. Today I was gonna give it a second coat, but I'm gonna wait till Sunday because I really want to give it I gave it already 48 hours, but I want to give it another day or two. I would have done it tomorrow, but tomorrow we're gonna be out all day, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow in the morning, and then that'll be the second coat for that part of the wall, and then I have to do one more finishing coat in that corner, and that's it. And then so hopefully by next weekend I can start painting that wall, and then we'll be done with the wall. The wall will be done. And then the flooring, I already put down the wood board, but I don't know what we're going to do yet. We're going to put tiles on top of that wood board or something. And then finally we're done with that. Then I got to do the tubing because it has old pipes and they're all over the place. So I'm going to cut them. I'm going to put new fixtures on the, not fixtures, valves. So I never done that. So that's the first time I'm gonna do that. Solder copper pipe and put the fixture in. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I never done that before. I seen many videos on it. My brother used to do it. My brother Eric was teaching me how to do that, but I never got to practice it. But it's the first time I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. Of course, there is ways you can do that valve without soldering. You can use something called shark bite. It's a fitting that you could just, it snaps in there, and I guess it bites into the it kind of bites into the copper tubing. I could use shark bite. I don't want to do that. I really want to learn how to solder. So the way you do it, I already have the propane tank with the torch. I have that part. I have the reamer tool and the when you take out when you prepare the copper tool and you got to clean it inside and outside. You got to ream it. It's called reaming. You basically you bevel it. You cut around it. It's very simple. There's even a tool to clean it. Once you do all that, see, that's what I'm talking about because I want to remember the steps. Before you put the fittings together, you got to put flux. You got to brush in the flux. It looks like a gel type of thing. Then you put the fittings in. And then you got to heat it up. You heat up the you don't heat up the fitting, you heat up the pipe. And then once it gets warm enough, it gets hot enough, the solder, excuse me, the solder, you put it right in there, and the flux, as it bubbles, it sucks up the solder and it seals it. That's why I'm talking about it because I want to remember the steps. I watched so many videos on there. I'm excited to do that part because I never did that. So anyway, look, a bargain. Ham and cheese sandwich. It's a local with this type of bread. It's 2 pieces. Guess how much? Of course, they put it in that toaster thing and they squish it down. It's hot though. Melted cheese, ham and cheese. Take a guess how much this sandwich costs. How much? I'll give you 10 more seconds. $1.75. $1.75 for a ham and cheese sandwich. It's in a bakery though. Fresh baked bread. $1.75. There's only a couple of slices of ham. $1.75. So I bought 2 of them. I bought two. So $3.50 for those. So $1.75 for this one. See, there's a bread in. There's still the other half is in there. $1.75. That's a bargain in there. So this is Portuguese bread. Portuguese bread. No, there's no beer. No beer. Let me get a paper towel. It's a Portuguese bakery. They're Portuguese. And that's one thing I miss about New York City is the bakery. I used to go to Dominican bakery around the corner where I used to live in the Bronx. The bread is called Cuban bread. And have you ever tried Cuban bread? It's very soft bread. It's like it's white bread. It's a loaf of bread. It's very soft. It's the best bread you can eat with when they make Cuban sandwiches, they use that bread. Oh my God. If you never have a Cuban sandwich, a Cuban sandwich is like ham. It's like uh they use like a pork shoulder or pulled pork. It's oh my God. Cuban sandwich is the best. Cubano. But it's just a ham and cheese sandwich. But it's a bargain, $1.75 for this. So I bought two of them. $3.50 for this ham. This is and it's good. Nice and toasted. Local bakery right here. They make the bread there too. They make good bread there. Right down the block. I know I'm eating on a live stream. Who does this, right? Who eats on a live stream? Anyway, I'm going to order some stuff from AliExpress tonight. I'm going to order that dongle, the Bluetooth dongle for my handhelds. I'm going to try it. It's $10 and change. Tasso, just finishing up a slice of pizza, one with pepperoni and one plain. Yeah, I do that too. I buy one with the works, and I buy one plain. I do that too. So, usually with pepperoni and one plain. Or I'll get a beef patty. I'll get a pepperoni pizza, and sometimes I'll eat a beef patty. I have frozen beef patties and Jamaican beef patty. Although I like the beef patty with the cheese. I like when they put the mozzarella cheese on the beef patty. And also the cocoa bread. The beef patty with the bread. It's like it looks like Cuban bread. It's Jamaican bread. It's called cocoa bread. Uh-huh. So we're having lunch. I asked my son if he wanted one. He said, no, I don't want. He said he wanted donuts. So I bought him a couple of chocolate donuts. My wife hates it when I spoil him. She said, why are you giving so much chocolate? I said, no, he wants it. He loves it. My wife spoils him too, And it's not really spoiling him. It's just, I don't want to say no all the time. I know I should sometimes say, you shouldn't eat that, but it's pretty good for $1.75. So they sell these like crazy. They make them in the morning and they put them in the thing, and then by the end of the day, they're gone. So there's still some bargains you can look around. So let me see. Let me go to AliExpress. Let me see what's in the. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy. Is a loop antenna that goes on the HC. Is a small loop antenna. It's a VHF UHF antenna. Let me see. It's in the cart. Let me see. So let me point it to it. That's some of the things I'm gonna pick up. They're watching me eat. Look at that. So that's the dongle. I'm going to try for the E100, see if it works. AliExpress is having a Black Friday sale today. Even though, this is the Black Friday before the official Black Friday. So they're having so AliExpress, if you're looking for anything to buy, go check out AliExpress today. Everything is on sale. AliExpress be having some great prices. We're going to check it out in a few minutes. Let me finish eating. I'm going to see what else they got today. I know anybody looking for the Zygo G90? It was $300 before Black Friday. I wonder how much the Zygo G90 costs today. Anybody looking into a Zygo G90, you might get it, the cheapest price ever. Probably today for the Zygo. It was at, when I checked a few days ago, it was at 303. $303 for the Zygo G90. So I'm buying this ground plane for my VHF UHF antenna. I'm going to add that to it too. So that ground plane is going to be for this antenna. So that's going to be the ground plane. And then this one is for my handhelds. I want to try this antenna. I've seen people use this antenna. They say it's pretty good. It's like a loop. It's a loop, right? See the gamma thing going on? It looks like a gamma match, whatever it's called. For 2 meters and 70 centimeter. You put that on your handheld. You take out the stock antenna and you put this one. I've seen a couple of people do that. They say they really like the so I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try out the antenna too. So these are all the things I'm buying with the Google AdSense money. And I'm looking for a couple of more things. A couple of more accessories. Let me put this cord over here. Let's see what AliExpress has. Up to 90% off. Black Friday. I clicked on the Yagi. What happened? Where's the Yagi at? Oh my God, look. Oh, I took another one. Wow. MMDVM hotspot. Look, $37. Holy moly. Wow. That is cheap. Oh my God, look at that. Wow, that is a super duper cheap. So I have two of them. There you go, $68. That's a very good price. Wow. $68.14 for the Qdosin DX286, and it's worth every penny. Every penny that thing is worth. That's a great radio for that price. Wow. $68. Yep. And the TEF 6686, that's another great radio. Let me see, nothing Ham Geek. I'm trying to find the other one. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in the 919, it's right here. Not the Radio Oddity, the other brand. It's the same radio. The same radio is right there. 154. That's a very good price. I wouldn't mind getting that for that price. It's a nice looking radio. Don't get me wrong. It is a nice looking radio. And this radio is nice too. The original radio is the TF 6686. It doesn't have all these functions. Now they put it here. And they made a keypad now. Of course, I have the original. I have this one. Let me bring it over here. Of course, I have this one. All right. So that one is the improved version of this one. Turns out now they have all the buttons in the front. They made a keypad. Now they have a keypad. And it's a Deep Elect. DP 666. So now they made it like that. Got the white one. So they put a keypad on it. Okay. It's pretty cool. And then they have the yellow one. I would have bought that one, but I already have the one that I wanted. I like that one. The other thing, that one now they just put the keypad. All that stuff you can still access it on the original one. You just got to use the side buttons, and you have 3 color buttons. You have to toggle between them. They have like hidden menu for each of them, but now they have it like this with the keypad. It's the same radio with the chip. The same display as you see there. And that's what it comes with. You got the telescoping SMA antenna there. The antenna also is for this doesn't have a ferrite. So I'm meaning where you still need the whip. Or use it with an MLA30 or something. It's a very good radio. I must say that. It is a very good radio. Of course, the Baofeng 1701 is $40. That's the Euro one. Of course, the USA one, $55. That's the radio that I have for DMR. That is the cheapest DMR radio you're ever going to get. That radio right there. For DMR. So, and let's see what else they have. This one has the firmware installed. Some of them, I know my Ready DX bought one with the firmware already installed. So 1701 with the firmware. And let me go back to the main. Let me close this. Let me go back to and then the other one is, let me see what other radios they have here. And then they have the Ham Geek. Oh, the Young is right here.